Hypersonic, one of the most powerful super forms that Sonic has, debuting in only one single event for the Sonic franchise, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And with the release of Sonic Frontiers fast approaching, as with any new game, so many people are anxiously wondering, will Hypersonic make a return? Will he be playable? Will the Super Emeralds be back? Is this all just wishful thinking? Well, to answer these questions, we're going to have to look at some hints Sega might be giving us, where the outcome is going to be something that's probably really unexpected. So let's break it down. Hypersonic was an extra form after collecting the Super Emeralds in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. And the reason they haven't been brought back is 1, it would be a little overpowered given the games we have now, and 2, it was retconned into being inaccessible because the Super Emeralds, hinted in Mania as well, had broken down or became depowered, resulting in only a one-time use. So jump to today, it's pretty much confirmed it was an optional gimmick for that time. But what does this have to do with Sonic Frontiers? Clearly at this point it's just wishful thinking. But before we come to that conclusion, let's go over some things we do know. We do know that Sonic has a new corruption power, indicated by his hand, and Super Sonic is going to be playable at the end of each island. If you want more context with this information, you can look at this video of me covering this exact topic right after this one. But anyway, clearly if Sonic retains his kinetic ability, even if he's turning Super Sonic, then this form isn't enough to be able to suppress the corruption. Sonic is going to need something more than just Super Sonic to be the solution to everything. Now Exhibit B. In the synopsis for Sonic Frontiers, it said that we are rescuing Sonic's friends, and although one of the people that we do rescue is Amy, she isn't entirely free as indicated by the clear, glitch holographic effect she has. Part of her is still stuck in cyberspace. So why do I bring up cyberspace? Well, this is where we get into some of the rumors, one of them being that Sonic Frontiers will feature 2 new forms. The contents of both of them have yet to be determined, but we can definitely make our best guesses as to what. One of them could be the corruption that Sonic has experienced during the overworld, while the other could have something to do with cyberspace. If Amy is still stuck in between 2 places, then Sonic could eventually start to become split into 2 places as well. As the corruption begins to form more and more, the virtual counterpart to Sonic could start to obtain its own form as well. You can see where I'm going with this, in the form of Hypersonic, or well, rather, Cybersonic. Let's consider the similarities between how Sega is phrasing the cyberspace content to be optional, and what is Hypersonic's debut meant to be in Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Again, optional. And probably the biggest indicator that could be said is how cyberspace is meant to represent the amalgamation of Sonic's past memories. That's why we see so many of the previous level tropes. Well, it wouldn't be far-fetched to think that Hypersonic can be reserved to be a core memory for Sonic. I mean, how could Sonic forget his most powerful form? And thus cyberspace would be the perfect opportunity to bring back Hypersonic for another one-off spin, while still making sense to the overall narrative. I mean, it's cyberspace. At this point, anything can happen in this fantasy setting. You could also say that Sonic Frontiers could expand on this form, where it could result in taking part of the true ending of the story to combat that empowered corruption, or just to go along with the alternative form Sonic is going to have. Hence, overworld versus cyberspace. It would also probably explain why cyberspace physics seem to be kind of nerfed. Maybe you're meant to blast through them as Cybersonic eventually. It makes me wonder if there's some sort of cyberspace alternative to the Chaos Emeralds, as you'd think that they are a core memory for Sonic. Either way you spin it, it still leads me to question why Tails Tube would be alluding so much to exploring the Master Emerald's power. But anyways, subscribe to the channel to keep up with all this momentum. It only takes about 2 seconds for this absolutely free content, and you could always change your mind later. Mr. Bane out.